So the Sigma FP may be 6 years old, but it still competes with modern cameras. I do feel like the Sigma LP should be your first cinema camera, and that is because it forces you to learn as a cinematographer. Before we go any further, you guys know I started my own color grading course for beginners. So if you like the colors you see in this video, I'll leave a link below where you can go ahead and check out the course. And I am happy to say that we now accept Afterpay and Klarna as payment methods. So I'm also selling a few pieces of camera gear. I'm selling my DJI Mavic Air 2S Fly More combo, and I'm also selling my Viltrox 85mm lenses that I use for my Fuji system. And if you're interested in checking those out, I'll leave a link below to that private store as well. So just like if you own a Panasonic or Lumix camera, the FP does come with certain video assist features that most mirrorless cameras do not have, even today. Some of those features are waveform, false color, EO zone, and shutter angle. And as of now, the FP and FPL are one of the only few cinema cameras that even have EO zone built into it. EO zone, in my opinion, is one of the best tools when it comes to exposure. It really changed how I shoot with the FP overnight. So to be honest, I've owned this camera for 8 months and I wasn't really getting the images that I wanted. This is why I say that this camera forces you to learn, because I had to go learn how to use EO zone. And like I said, it really changed how I shoot with the FP overnight. And the sample footage that you're seeing is actually a result of me learning EO zone or continuing to learn EO zone. While I do feel like tools such as histogram is enough when you're shooting a log profile, when you're shooting raw video, it just can't compete. Internally, the FP does cinema DNG at 8-bit, 10-bit, and 12-bit. The only way you can really record 12-bit cinema DNG is through an SSD drive, either a Samsung T5 or Samsung T7 or any other compatible drive. But if you have a Ninja 5 or a Blackmagic Assist, you can also shoot Apple ProRes RAW and Blackmagic RAW. Now the camera does 4K up to 30 frames per second and only 16:9. But with a Ninja 5, you can also do 17:9. So that kind of sucks because the Fujifilm X-T3 actually has 17:9 internally. But the FP does things or have certain features that the X-T3 doesn't. Now the FP does true 24 frames per second, and because of having shutter angle, my camera automatically goes to 48 for the shutter speed so I can have the proper motion blur. Now there are a couple things that you need to know that you may feel are cons. This camera does not have IBIS, and it does not have good autofocus like a Sony or a Canon camera. This to me is okay because I am buying a cinema camera. I am not expecting a cinema camera to have really good autofocus. I know the Sony FX6 have autofocus, but it does not shoot RAW internally. I know that the Canon cinema cameras does have autofocus, but again, their version of RAW video is not a true RAW video codec. That is because it's actually debayered and does have some processing done in camera. So for myself, that is a con, and that is why I won't entertain having those cameras, because I want something that shoot an uncompressed and an unprocessed RAW video internally. And right now, this is one of the only cameras that does that besides the Nikon cameras. And another thing, I'm not just trying to become a better cinematographer, I'm trying to become a better colorist as well. Now let's talk about my lenses. I use vintage lenses or vintage-like lenses. So right now my lenses are a Helios 58mm f2, a Canon 50mm FD 1.2, and a TT Artisan 75mm f1.5 with a Canon 35mm FD f2 on the way right now as we speak. I myself do not like modern lenses outside of weddings or certain commercial work. I want my short films or my music videos to have a certain look, and I want that look in camera where I don't have to build it in DaVinci Resolve. If I want a filmic or that vintage look, I'd rather use vintage lenses. That's just me personally. And the only reason that I didn't use the FP on my music video is because I only had the Canon FD 50mm at the time. And for the Airbnb that I rented, that lens would have been way too tight to get the coverage that I needed. So I guess what I'm trying to sum up in this entire video is that you do not need the latest camera gear or lenses to really create something special. I have the Fujifilm X-H2S with the Sirui Snipers and Sirui Nightwalkers, and to be honest, I still gravitate towards my Sigma FP. And the reason is because that camera actually makes me want to go out and shoot. it inspired me to get better. It's a camera that I really have to learn to get the best image quality possible. And the key factor again that I'd rather choose this camera to go out and shoot with over my Fujifilm cameras at certain times is because it does cinema DNG internally. With my Fujifilm X-H2S and my X-T5, I would have to connect the Atomos Ninja 5 and shoot Apple ProRes RAW and then convert it into cinema DNG, which sometimes can be a pain. So yes, this is a 6-year-old camera, but honestly, that do not concern me. The only thing that's important to me is, does it inspire me to go out and shoot? Does it inspire me to keep sharpening my skills so I can get better? So I can start crafting the images that make me happy? And the answer is yes.